you? Oh, today's gonna be a good last day of 2019. Full of surprises, I'm sure. One of the surprises I would like to get some clarity on is from yesterday. I lost my husband's cash card in the hubbub. Whoops. In the hubbub with the truck. Anyway, in the snow in front of my house. Now there's a small chance I was smart enough to take it out of my pocket and put it in the house, but I don't think I did. And I'm so guilty because I lost it once. Well, I was sharing a pocket with my phone, so I kept going in and out, and the only thing else in there was the card. And I lost it once, and I backtracked at the store and found it on the ground, and then I wasn't smart enough to change the way I was doing it. What is with stupid humans? So there must be something about me that wanted to lose it, and I will accept that because it did have a chip in it. It was old. We should get a new one. Fine. But there's a part of us that really would like to just find it. And I have with me here, I'm a little ragey today, so I'm back on my rocks and I'm calming myself down with some rose quartz that my very good friend Sarah Jane gave me. Isn't it beautiful? Christmas gift from Sarah Jane. She gave me some other stuff too. She's just a dear, and it really does help in terms of calming. Then I also have some chalcedony here, a jelly rock with an agate in it for strength. And then, concerning the topic at hand, I have 3 little pieces of chalcopyrite. Pyrite is fool's gold, is ore, iron ore. Different kinds of ore, I guess. This is chalcopyrite. It is the rock of lost items. So I'm gonna work with this rock on this particular meditation to see if I could get a vision of any lost places to check. And if I don't, we're going to the bank to change the card. And I'll let you know tomorrow how it goes. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do 14 breaths today. And then I'll just go through the Vesica Pisces to look for my vision of my banking card that I lost yesterday. And if you have something similar in your life, chalcopyrite, these cost $2. You can get little rocks like this in my shop, 4 for $10. So you could get 8 for $20 and have a little set of chakra rocks in a bag that you could use to amplify your intentions. My intention right now is to close up my heart on my husband's cash card. Is it lost, or is there a place I should check still? Take a couple of, let's do a sedative breathing set. We'll do 16 in, 4 in, 16 out twice, 4 in, 24 out twice. In through your nose, out through your mouth. I'll do the counting. Here we go. 4 in. 16 out. 6. 13, 14, 15, 16. 4 in. 16 out. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Here we go. 4 in, 24 out. 24 out. Here we go. 10. 20. 3, 4. 4 in. And 24 out. One, 2, 3, 4, and you are connected. We are going to do the 14 breath pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first 6 breaths in and out on each finger. Hold your breath. Look down and in, up and in, pulse in between each finger. You go to this as a mantra when you're done with the 6th breath, 7th breath, you go to 2 fingers. Open up the tubes below and above you. Let your prana tube, which is the central nervous system of your chakras, accept light from both directions, creating a little ball of light in your belly. Then it grows bigger and bigger through breath 9. Breath 10, it turns to gold. Out of breath 10, you resist the breath and then you push it. So breathe in on 10 and out is like that. When you do that, you're blowing up that light bubble to around your whole body. And it is actually the 7th layer of your aura. The purple chakra makes a golden light around the whole auric system. So you're kind of connecting with that, but pretend there's like a weak balloon that starts like something being born, and then the light keeps coming in through your navel and pours into that structure like a hot air balloon blowing up, and you give it the tension it needs, filling it up, stabilizing it with the 2 fingers on your legs like this, your mudra. You picture a point here and your 2 fingers, there's a triangle inside that circle, and the triangle is how you stabilize the big balloon of your aura that you have just opened up and are filling with fresh light. And then the only thing left to do is on the beginning of breath 14, we switch our mudras to this, and we go from our belly to our heart in terms of connectivity. And then we're there. Here we go, people. We are starting with our first thumb, starting with your thumb and first finger. Take a warm-up breath. It can be pretty even. I'm going to just take a minute with my chalcopyrite before we start. It's going to be, all my rocks are on my lap. One more warm-up breath, and here we go. Thumb and first finger together. Breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Hold your breath. Look down and in, up and in. Pulse. Second finger and thumb together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look down and in, up and in. Pulse. Third finger and thumb, breathe in. And breathe out. Look down and in, up and in, pulse. Pinky and thumb, breathe in. And breathe out. Hold your breath. Look down and in, up and in, pulse. First finger and thumb again, breathe in. Breathe out. Hold your breath. Look down and in, up and in, pulse. Third finger and thumb, last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look down and in, up and in, pulse. 2 fingers together with your thumb. Open up the pipes. And in rushes the prana on the 7th breath. Forming a little ball of light behind your navel, and out on 7. See that gets brighter and bigger, your little embryo of light behind your tummy, in front of your tummy. Breathe in on 8. Filling it up, it gets larger and larger, reaching its biggest size by the end of 8. On 9, it gets intense and more bright. An embryo of light that you have created from light from beyond in front of your belly. Tense and more intense. On the in of 10, it turns from white to gold. Getting brighter and brighter, and now resist it and push it out to a bubble around you. And breathe in. 11. It is now your time to stabilize this bubble by concentrating on the triangle. out on 11, in on 12. And stabilize and fill the hot air balloon that is your aura. Fresh prana, light and love. Oh, feels good. And in on 13. Fill up the balloon, stabilize it with the triangle of your third eye and hand. Prepare to change your mudras at the end of 13. And from 14, you move the center of it from your gut to your heart. And breathe in and out. Just feel the stillness that you've created through this semi-fast paced. Picture a circle. Just breathe normally now, however you want. Enjoy getting yourself to a fourth dimensional state of consciousness so quickly, and think of all the things you've taken in on your life and all the things you've let go of, and let's add an intention to release everything that doesn't serve us and to accept all the gifts from the community that have shone upon us, every one of us. The gifts of love and light, the gifts of material conveniences, the gifts of beauty and art, the gifts of warmth and comfort, the gifts of food and drink. Tonight we will celebrate one more incredible New Year's, a 0 year, 2020. Oh my goodness. Let's breathe in on that and start a hoop around from our navel, 4 inches below your navel to a foot above your head, and it's spinning to the right. It's a hula hoop. It's just there. It is masculine. It is your sun energy, your sky. And just picture that running at a nice pace and leave it. Now, your lower half of your body, 4 inches above your navel to a foot below your feet, you have another hula hoop of light, and it is spinning to the left, and it crosses the bottom of the other one. The top of the bottom one crosses the bottom of the top one. Huh? Just the bottom one, spinning left. It is feminine, magnetic. It represents your connection to the earth. When you cross the sky and the earth at even velocities, oh my goodness. There's a place you can shrink yourself down to, which is called the Vesica Pisces. It is the light of Christ. It is the still zone inside the hurricane, because the velocities and luminosities of the hula hoops match. So you have complete stillness. And you're going to pass through that stillness into the astral plane, even though your eyes are open and you're awake. You are experiencing the unconditional love you have just given yourself that nobody else can give you but you. And you have an intention at this moment. What is it? Say it to yourself. My intention is to close out my relationship with my husband's cash card, either by finding it or going to the bank and starting again. And I'm okay with either, but I would just appreciate a possible image concerning wandering out on my psychic terrain. I've had a series of explosions. I have the kind of personality that puts an espresso pot on the stove and then goes and does something else and it boils over. I mean, that just happens to me a lot, but then there's 100 other ways it happens too. Even the truck yesterday was like, he hit my garbage can that I had just put out. Other cars had driven by it, and I've put that garbage can out for 15 years, so But still, I seem to have a magnetic explosive quality about me. So watch out, keep your distance, people. No, I'm kidding. And then in the process of all these upheavals, I lose things. There's chaos. And I try to live with it by embracing the chaos. But sometimes it's time to put things in order. So I'm going to go into my terrain today to find the part of myself that wants to clean my bedroom, that wants to organize some of the junk piles around here. Who is that person inside me? I know she's in there. It's so weird, but I have like a nun in front of me. And to me, it means something about the fact that the history of the church is so much God is the same as cleanliness, holiness is cleanliness. And, you know, I was sort of raised in an era where that went too far, and so I'm definitely not a clean person. I feel safer when my house is a mess and my fingernails are dirty. So maybe there's a little more of a balance, you know. Maybe I think the thing is if you are defined by something you reacted to in your history, the point is to stop reacting to it and just get back to what's best for you. And what's best for me is to clean up my junk. It's really not that much. Having a messy house is not safety. I have a psychological problem that it's gone on for a lot of years, that when I clean things up, they blow up. It goes back to the 90s. When I clean things up, they do not blow up. They get better and they work for me efficiently. And I'm going to change that part of my psychic terrain that believes that and recreates it over and over again for myself. I am no longer going to recreate the idea that I have to protect myself with a certain amount of sloppiness. I'm going to go the other way. I have been both things. So, the nun isn't the image I'm looking for. I'm going to keep walking. I've got a lush world on my right side and a desert on my left for some reason. And I'm going to flatten out the ridge between them and let the desert meet the lush area, and I'm going to walk that terrain so everything isn't sparse and minimalist and everything isn't overgrowing with flora and fauna, although you know I'm most comfortable there. All right, let's wrap this up. Walking through your psychic terrain, what are you there to get today? What is your image of the equivalent of your eye on the prize? If my house is well run and organized, I am still safe and anchored, and it will not start on fire because I organize. I know that sounds crazy, but that's really what's happened to me. I'm going to let myself be an organized person with I'm going to legalize my business. I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff here. Also, I have a really great, I'm so excited about this. I have a great New Year's resolution. That is every other month I'm going to write and record a song for my daughter, meaning she's going to do the music and I'll partner on the people with the studio and the writing. And that is the most important thing going on in my life. So let me put an image of that in there because that's the thing I'm most excited about. It's a certain piano that I know, and it's white. And it's in a place where we could probably record. So that's nice. I got a nun and a white piano. What do you got? Put it in the comments below. Give me some images, you guys. I'm so grateful for the snow. Let's just land back on Earth here. And I want to take the balloon that we blew up around us, the auric shell, the skin of our aura. And I want you to just take a little vacuum moment to just suck in and suck it into your heart and minimalize it from the size of something all around you to a grain of sand. You ready? Go. And now you're going to put a little string on it and you're going to let it go and return it, all the light and the love you just received, back to the source that it came from. It's the end of the unity prayer, but I've just kind of, I hope you guys see what I do. I just cut and paste from everywhere, and I want you to use my stuff the same way. No one owns this stuff. When we started, I had 3 chalcopyrite rocks for lost items, and now I only have 2. So, I'm going to keep working on this thing about being organized. I still have to decide if I'm going to go to a movie. And I just love staying quiet on New Year's, and I hope you have a quiet New Year's too. Thank you so much for meditating with me. I'm just at the beginning of doing this, and it appears I do have a knack for it, so I will, with your help, continue to develop something that is easy to do and free and teaches what I really want you to do is to do it without me. So together is always better, but you've got to keep it up on your own, and I'll always drop out to give you some space to do that. So happy New Year, and we'll see you tomorrow.